Okay, Kevin and Keith here. Kevin in Las Vegas, our resident Baccarat guru in Las Vegas. And we wanted to get together and let you know about our club, our Baccarat Club forum, and Beat the Casino. And, why is it a good idea to join? If you're serious about Baccarat, uh, the best players in the world, bar none, are in our forum, from Australia to Italy to the Philippines to Southeast Asia to the United States, Las Vegas, Atlantic City, you name it. We have players from all over the world. And of course, Kevin is our guru in Las Vegas. Kevin, how you doing out there?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. So I know you joined Beat the Casino probably when, in 1922, I think it was.
Somewhere in that range.
No, you came to one of our seminars after I think you just got back from Macau, actually. One of your business trips, and we're playing out there, came to one of our seminars, and you've been hooked ever since. And, you turned into our premier pro out there in Las Vegas, of course, the one that everybody wants to meet and mentor with. So if you were given some advice about why you should join our club, what would you say to folks? We're always trying to gather new members, and of course it's to keep the business running, but it's also because we try to help people and teach them how to win and how to beat this game. Even if it's just a little bit, whether you're casual or whether you're very serious, there's a place for you at Beat the Casino. So what would your advice be to someone who's starting out or is a seasoned professional, why they should join Beat the Casino?
Well, I think, Keith, the number one thing that comes to mind for me is that the number of approaches, the amount of information that's available, the different ways to look at things. If you just consider the Baccarat world, if you will, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. I mean, just turn on YouTube or whatever, and this is going to say do this, and another person's going to say, oh man, you just got to do that. This woman's going to come on and say, oh, I made $1 million in 5 minutes, and but what they don't really do is show you how to do it.
Yeah, right. How do you do it?
But how do you do it? And how to do it. It takes a little bit of time. I mean, it's not something you're going to learn overnight.
Yeah, it's not. You won't learn it overnight, and it takes. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The important thing about Beat the Casino is we've got everything from the foundation of banker player statistics. We take a statistical, numeric approach to it. You got to know the foundation of Baccarat to start doing the building blocks to where you can really get to a level where you can, sit there in a casino and say, hey, I understand what that tote board's telling me. It's actually telling you something. Everybody thinks, oh man, they put that up there to confuse you, and that's just, don't worry about that stuff. No, there's actually a lot of good information up there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, how it is derived, and how it works, and then how they put it to use for your benefit. Yeah. And that's what Beat the Casino has taught me. And I've been able, hopefully, to help some other people to understand that you've got to start with the base. You got to start with the, kind of a common understanding of some of the statistical stuff of it's a mathematical game, really, of Baccarat. And then you start building slowly on what are the specific things that you as a player, hopefully a long-term player, really want to master in order to deal with the millions of different shoes you're going to see. Literally, if you play long enough, you're going to see a bazillion. I mean, and none of them are going to be the exact same.
Yeah, so you'll see the impossible. Absolutely.
Yeah, and you need to know how to react to the various scenarios as they play out. And they do play out through as the shoe goes. Not every shoe just says, oh, this is going to be, a bunch of opposites in this shoe. Oh, this is going to have, bankers winning this shoe. You need to know that stuff. There's a whole lot of other stuff you need to consider and know about. And that's what Beat the Casino is going to, allow you to understand.
Yeah, I mean, we start, of course, let's talk about it. I mean, we have, first of all, we have every approach, I think, that's ever been written that we analyzed. And we look at so many different statistics. Of course, you start at the basics, banker and player. Then you start with, if you haven't played, you look at it from opposites and repeats. Then you add 2 back, opposite time before last, 3 back, all those statistics. Then you start looking at events, 1 in a row versus 2 in a row, 2 in a row versus 3 in a row, 3 in a row versus 4 or more in a row. Then you can kind of look at the minutia of a pattern recognition and things like that. And then trends, there's various trends. Is it a trend or is it a bias? You have to learn how to identify different types of games. Is this game random, or do I think I see a bias in this game, or is it a trend? Then we expand that into the derived roads. Then we add kind of all the different approaches that are very popular. What first comes to mind is, I think after you learn the basics, opposites, repeats, things along those names, the OR count, time before last, opposite time before last, you start getting into the 10 best bets in Baccarat, which of course is our booklet where we tell you the 10 best bets in Baccarat.
Right.
Strong side, of course, is one of them that comes to mind. Shoe changes is the one that's so elusive for everyone. That's the one that gets everybody.
Hardly anybody. You haven't seen any videos on the internet about that, have you?
No, about shoe changes. No,
that's a very true thing.
That's the most critical thing, is when is this shoe going to change? And a lot of people say, well, it's just money management. Well, you know what? There's nothing more important than money management and probably staying as close to flat betting as you can. If you want to get your hands-one ratio, so to speak. In other words, are you picking the side, looking at enough statistics, to pick the side where you're winning more than 52% of the hands so that you can actually get an advantage? And that's what we're looking at. We got to get you to a point where you're picking the right side. It's even more important than any approach you'll use. Do you use a whole game approach at this particular part of the shoe? Or are you looking for spot bet statistics as you play with your 5D? Some people play 7D with the app. Or is it a system approach to the whole game, time before last, opposite time before last, system 40, F as we call it. And then just some other dynamic things that are kind of one-off ways to play. I know the great GB09 came up with the 3 strategy, which a lot of people won a lot of money playing the 3 strategy. And, you kind of got to find your niche, get the statistics that are going to teach you how to pick the correct side and settle into the game with that. But I think the most important thing from my perspective, and I started Beat the Casino actually in 1995 as a list server, right when the internet first opened. It was just a list of people getting together, talking about blackjack and Baccarat, and it's evolved into this, so we've been around a long time. And it's a club format where there's a lot of different players that you can mentor with, Kevin being our primary one in Vegas, and everybody else throughout the world. It's just a great place to learn how to play, whether you're a seasoned professional. I know Canada Bach came in, he goes, it took me 5 years of listening to you guys before I finally joined, probably the best thing he did, he said. So, but yeah, Kevin, please, I know you meet a lot of players in Vegas. I know we all kind of get to know each other, don't we?
Yep.
We all get to know each other. I know Natural's out there, and I get out there quite a bit, and a bunch of other players are always in Vegas. Wherever you happen to be, if we're around, we're happy to meet with you and play side by side. Action Mike's in Vegas, and Sherry's in Vegas. These guys are always playing Palace Station or Durango or at Stadium. As a matter of fact, I can't usually sit in Las Vegas at Stadium without somebody coming up and going, hey, aren't you the guy that does the YouTube videos on Baccarat? And I go, yeah, that's me. So we have a great international club. And if you want to learn this game, for $25 a month, how can you go wrong, Kevin?
Well, here's Keith, I can sum this up easily.
Please.
Okay. So I really have been playing more than 25 years. I don't play every day. I had jobs and stuff like that, flew around the world, stuff like that. I didn't play every day. Okay. But over time, what I realized was, again, I'll go back to there's so many people telling you what to do. Okay. Yeah. Some of it's good. It's not all bad stuff.
Yeah. No, it's not all bad stuff.
How do you possibly go into a casino and the lights are blaring and the music's on and there's people walking by and the cocktail waitress is coming up, and the blah, 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 and the floor, the pit boss is standing there looking over you. And, you said, geez, I don't remember any of that. Okay. Well, we solved that problem.
Yep.
We solved that problem. I'm first going to say we're recording this on a Sunday.
Yep.
Okay. Everybody knows about football, whether you like it or not. You know about football, okay? And when a quarterback, and any other quarterback, he goes out there, what's the first thing he does? The very first play of the game. You know what he's going to do? He's going to look at the playbook that's on his wrist.
Yeah, on his arm.
Wrist.
That's right.
He's going to open it up and go, okay. And then everybody's going to tell everybody on okay, this is a 3 down right 42, whatever that is. That's a button hook, I call that one. But either way, okay. So that's one example. Another example is, have you ever gone, if you've gone to school, I don't care, whatever, 5th grade level, whatever, okay? Sometimes they let you take what's called an open book test, right? Open book. Okay, Here's the questions. You look through your notes, look through the book, whatever, and find the answers.
Right.
Okay? So everybody's throwing all this stuff at you. But they don't teach you how to take this to the casino with you.
Yeah, right.
Solved.
You got the answer. Solved.
Okay.
Here it is.
Here it is. Let me find a blank one first.
Excuse me.
Okay. What does this look like?
That's our scorecard, Kevin.
Okay.
That's
now, what if you were to go somewhere like Office Depot? I don't care where you go, and you got a whole bunch of them bound in a book. So you had a whole bunch of scorecards. Okay. Okay.
There you go.
So you walk into the casino, you got all your scorecards all ready. Instead of saying, "Hey, can I have a scorecard, please?" You got them. You got your own. Okay. This is actually right off of a casino scorecard. Okay. Now you take that now here's the important stuff. So you take that, and in the back, you got some empty pages. And you put stuff in there. It's exactly like what we're talking about.
That's right. The 10
you
best
put the plays in there. You put the button hook play in. You put
what you should be thinking about. That's right.
That you should be thinking about. So here, I'm going to watch what I'm doing. Okay. I'm marking my scorecard. Okay. I'm looking up the tote board. But in the meantime, I'm looking back at you know what this is? This is what's called strong side, or what we call strong side. Oh, right. Strong side. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's how you play strong side. Oh, wow. B87 is showing me, okay, another one of our system board. B87 is showing me that the banker just keeps going 1, 1, 1, 1, and the player's going 3, 2, 3, 1, 7, whatever.
Right.
Okay. So you're going to forget that in the heat of battle. You will. Again, they said, hey, you want something to drink, sir? Hey, the music's playing. Oh, I love that song. And meanwhile, any more bets?
Quick, get your bet out. That's right. I want you to bet. That's right.
Think. They're talking and whatever, and you're sitting there trying to concentrate, right? Right here. Huh? Here's my playbook. Here's my open book test. What's going to happen next? Okay, let me see. I think it's this one. Oh. You know what? I forgot about least common versus most common.
Most common,
in the beginning of the shoe has changed. We call that a shoe change. It's changed. Now, the most common thing is the twos are happening. 2, 2, 2, 2. Before, it was all, just a whole bunch of stuff you couldn't interpret. And again,
that's right.
It's all right
that's
here.
Right, Kevin.
If you take the time to put it together and take it with you. And you can take it with you to the casino. Why doesn't anybody show you how to do that? Well, Beat the Casino, we do.
Yeah, well, we do.
I rest my case.
And we put it into a booklet called the 10 Best Bets in Baccarat. All you got to do is print it out, put it on your scorecard, and away you go. And then everything else that we add, I guess you have it there. There it is. There it is. There's 10 best bets. Yeah.
See that scorecard? Fold it over. There's one of the 10 best bets.
Examples.
There's another one. That's what it looks like when you look at the tote board. There's your scorecard.
There you go. So, and you know what? I didn't want to forget to tell you this too. What folks do is, how do you do it? Well, don't forget that every week we have a practice session online, which everybody who's a premium member, can come to. If you're a member, just come to the practice session. You have a question, ask the other pros, or ask me, or Kevin's usually on, and some other pros are on. How do we do this? What's up with this? I don't understand this. We'll deal the cards. We'll talk about it. Any aspect of Baccarat once a week. And then you can look at the 100 or so other practice sessions that we have. I mean, we have so many videos for our members. Look, if you think about it, I've been doing this since 1995. We've just amassed a tremendous amount of information and knowledge. What works, what doesn't work, what seems to be promising. We just we just did a video for our members again. We had a thread in our forum that started about 8 years ago, I guess, and it was called Second Liners and Twos, and it's got like 38,000 views, and it's just rich with information about what to look for when you're playing second liners, and everybody's chiming in on that, and so it's just, there's so much information for you to absorb. So we take the option, sign up for a year. It's $25 a month if you sign up for a year. And like I said, you'll get to know us. We'll help you out. We'll talk on the phone. You can come to our seminars online. God willing, we'll meet you in the casino if you're in Vegas or up here in Atlantic City, or when I go to Vegas and stay out for 2-3 months. We have a great time, and we get the job done. So, Kevin, any final thoughts? I forgot about the strategic Baccarat interface and everything else, but there's so many benefits of joining that I can't even list them all. But I think you can sum it up for us. Is go ahead and join.
Well, the benefit is, Keith talks about 1995. You don't keep doing something, for a long period of time unless you're making money at it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Isn't that really the only thing? The only thing really in the end people care about is making money. And that's what that's what this training is all about. I like to call it training. Okay. Right. That's what it's about. It's about showing you how to do it and reminding you, giving you the opportunity to take to the casino with you your own open book, with scorecards.
The knowledge and wisdom of years of players, years of players.
You can't years. Don't blame the fact that the lights are blaring and the music's on and, excuse me, the people next to you are annoying you, whatever, focus, but you take it with you. Nobody's going to teach you how to do that.
Yeah, you got your own mentor right beside you, and no rote system that you get will ever beat the casino. None. You can't go in and say, I'm always going to play like this and I'm going to win. That will never, ever happen. Never happens. Never happens.
Yeah, or you might go for a shoe, maybe some part of a day, but pretty soon, you're going to get you. Then you're going to get frustrated. And you're going to say, maybe I just bet a little more. Maybe, I'll start. People call me martingale.
They got all your money.
And pretty soon your money's gone. You're at the ATM.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen. So
No.
Well, listen, the link's below. Sign up, join us, talk to me and Kevin, everybody else in the club, GBO9. Come to the practice session. Start your journey with us. We won't leave you down. We've been doing this too long. We don't show a bunch of clickbait stuff. It's just a bunch of guys together who like to talk about Baccarat and teach you what we know and what everybody from around the world who's been a member of this club knows. So, Kevin, until next time. This is Keith and Kevin from Beat the Casino.
Everybody take care.